Hello Facebook ads people, I'm Konstantinos, and today we are going to see another case study, but for United Kingdom this time. There is this video over here which is showing a case study of 3 months, but in this video I'm having United States and United Kingdom together. In this video today we're going to analyze the United Kingdom only, because now it's 8 months since I have this company, and most probably in the previous week from now or in the next week from now you're going to see a video with a case study for the United States, which is going to be a whole separate video because I had some problems in April and which I was able to overcome without losing ROAS and maintaining my spend. In United Kingdom the situation was different. It was much smoother, much easier, and of course we were not able to scale at the same levels that we are able to scale in United States, but we're going also very well there, and we are reaching the 100k mark, which you will see that is completely different from what they used to have. I'm going to show you the story of how this has evolved and the way that I built it, but I urge you to watch before that the case study for the United States, which I'm actually saying to my video editor, which is sitting behind the camera right now, to just post the video from United States earlier so that it would make sense with what I say right now. I asked you at the start of the video first to see the United States video. I think it's going to help you a lot, because a lot of the things that I'm doing here, they're the same from the things that I explained in the United States. This video is going to be shorter and just analyze the numbers, but mainly because of the fact also that we didn't have several issues with this ad account and challenges. Basically the spend over here so far from 1st of August to 20th of April, it's 415k, and the revenue it's 3.18 millions. So, and this is on pounds, by the way, guys, okay? So 7.65 ROAS. Of course, we haven't scaled to the numbers of the previous account. Still, the break-even ROAS is on 4, like the other ad account, and we are always trying to do the best that we can here, based on the fact that we cannot scale as aggressively as we would want. Now, let's analyze a little bit of what happened and how we scaled on this ad account. The technicalities on how I scaled with different advanced plans and everything, all of this is being explained in the United States case study, and I don't want to make these videos super long just to make them. I want them to be more efficient. So 1st to 31 of August we have 13 rows, like the other account which had, I believe, 14.5, just a spend of 8.8k. This is the point that I come. Okay, so let's go on September. On September, we're having 7k, 18.93, by just testing and changing things, okay? They didn't want to move very fast with that. The other thing is that on October, I'm starting to do campaigns, okay? So basically I double the budget. It's a very standard process when you come in an account and you want to scale a little bit, you just double the budget. If you go from 100, you will go to 200, okay? And then you will go to 400 and so on. So basically the logic here said, let's go to 20k, okay? Let's see what will happen. 16 rows, even much better rows from what they used to have, okay? Because if we see here on August, actually, they were having 13.46 with 8 rows. So my idea here was that they are not even scratching the surface of their full potential, because if we have 16 rows while we are scaling, that means that we can do much better. And yes, this account is consistently doing much better. Also, another thing which I see as a big difference in this account is that maybe in United States, if we have an average, an average cost per purchase of 50, 60, 70. Here we have 33 pounds, but 33. It's much cheaper compared to United States. November, Black Friday. On Black Friday we did 54k, 9.25. I want to remind you that in United States we did from 20k, 130k on Black Friday. Eventually 20k it was on August, I believe. And then we have 9.25 ROAS, still good. We are scaling here. Here it's another situation from what I explained in the other account. In the other account we scaled from let's say 130k, and we wanted to have this attack period, which is the Black Friday, so that we can have a new base of 130k, which we achieved 2 months later. But here we had 54k spent, but I knew that this was not even close to what it could spend. So I believe that the way that we acted in this Black Friday, we lost the Black Friday. We could have scaled much more and be more aggressive, but as I told you, there are other reasons that we're not scaling as fast as we want. So don't get me wrong, but I think that 54k with 9 ROAS here is not what we should have done. When you have the attack periods like Black Friday, you have to squeeze them. You have to take as much as you can over there in order to see the limits of accounts in a good period. Because if you don't see the limits of the account in a good period, when are you going to see them in a bad period? How are you going to know what is the ideal scenario and where you can get with the Black Friday? So I believe that we lost 1 year over here of actually understanding what is the full potential of the account, but maybe it's not needed because the company is not ready to scale here on the United Kingdom. Then we go in December, of course, it's going to drop a little bit, 34k, 6.29. It wasn't a good month. And of course, another thing that I want to say here is that also the competition in United Kingdom has started catching up with them on that point. But still, you know, we have 8 ROAS. It's 8 ROAS on January over here with 53k. So for us, we recuperated immediately the amount that we have done on Black Friday, which is not happening so easy, which means that we didn't spend enough. This is how I understand if I have spent enough. You know, every Black Friday when it comes, I say, I should have spent more, okay? And every year I spend more and more on different accounts and I'm more aggressive. And then I say the next day, I should have spent more. I don't know when it's going to be enough, but also I have the responsibility of not being reckless just because it's Black Friday. So we go on January, 53k, 8.13. February, which was a good month for everybody, 6.38, 77k. We scaled a little bit more. Let me compare to that. 53k, 77. Okay, so, and something else, in these other accounts, don't see the other accounts as a, okay, what a failure. He did 77k, another 17k, and he lost 2 ROAS, for example. It's not about that. It's about how much money are we going to be able to spend as long as we hit certain ROAS. That's the whole key, okay? It's not what kind of ROAS I have above that. We don't care about that because the company is giving you a clear target. There are big accounts with 1 ROAS, for example. I have one which is spending actually 900k, yeah. And if I show you the ROAS, you are not going to like it. Pause the video, I'm going to show you to them. Just a second. Okay, on this other account, I'm going to hide a lot of different things. But as you can see here, in the last month, on March, it spent 882k pounds, which most probably it's close to $1 million. And the situation here is this. As you can see, the ROAS is 1.08. Do you think that these people would have spent all of this money without profitability? No, is the answer. Okay, so it's not about the ROAS, because sometimes people see 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ROAS and this is what they care about. Maybe if you are selling houses, you need 50 ROAS to be profitable. But if you're selling t-shirts, you need 1.8. So don't get fixated so much with the ROAS and understand that there are different businesses with different ROAS that they can operate. And when you are working with different ad accounts that they're having different spends, the strategies are changing. And of course, I cannot make videos about 100k ad accounts and how they spend, because there's no way that somebody who's spending this amount of money is going to do it on his own, and they're going to need my help with videos on that. So all of the content is mostly being transitioned to smaller accounts like 100k, 200k, 300k, that people can actually do this on their own, and this is where they need the help. But yes, there are very big accounts that are spending millions and millions. The maximum that they have spent, it was 1.5 million per month. But here we have another one which has spent 1 million. And as you can see, we're using one Advantage Plus campaigns, but inside it has more than 150 creatives and stuff. It's a different situation. Anyway, the thing is this: there are other accounts. Don't be so fixated with the ROAS. Be fixated with your break-even ROAS, and whatever you're going to spend more than that, this is the profit that you're getting. And this is also my promise to show other accounts that they're having very high spend and lower ROAS, while I'm showing also normal accounts with normal ROAS. And something last, it is better to have another account which is having 1.08 or 0.10, on in reality this is much higher because this is what's happening in this case, instead of having another account that spends 5k with 14 ROAS or 30 ROAS or 20 ROAS. It is better if you have this kind of numbers. You will get better contracts, you will get better volume, you will get better scaling to your manufacturer with what you're ordering, you're going to get better logistic deals, you're going to get better investors, you might sell your business even higher, you're going to have better income, you're going to have better profits. Okay, now that we close this parenthesis, let's go to close the video also for the United Kingdom account. So we were on January 8.13 ROAS over here, and 53k spent, 56. February 6.38, 77k. Again, break-even ROAS of 4. So we are scaling. As long we are not having 4 ROAS. Last month 6.41, 90k. So now we are close to the part that we're going to go above 100k. I think it's very easy because we're hitting easily 6.41 this month. Let me see if we had also a bad period here. Yeah, not so good, I guess. If we go from 3 to 9, which is the bad period, yeah, 4.47, 4.74, not 47. The situation here is that I feel a little bit threatened when I see 4 in front, because these are the accounts that they have big average order values. They tend to fluctuate in terms of ROAS. You might see one day 10 ROAS, you might see the other day 3 ROAS. So you cannot just operate on that because it creates gaps from day to day based on the average order values that you're going to have on that day. So you have to be careful and you have to leave some good space in order for you to be sure that you're not going to have any problems. Now, in this situation, if we see this month, it has improved a lot with campaigns and all of that, 5.47, 68k. Most probably I'm going to be able to hit a little bit more here. So we have 10 more days. 3387 multiplied by 10 plus how much was it this month? Plus 68,803. Yay, we're going to hit 100k, 102k, which means that we're scaling even another 10k. I believe that this one is going to go higher. Let me see, in last 7 days. No, it's not. Okay, I had some good period that I was getting 6 plus over here. I believe it was that period. Yeah, I was getting 5.94, so I was expecting it to go higher. Okay, I'm going to work on it, I guess, on the next days. But that's all I had. I hope that these videos are helping you in order to understand. I'm also going to put a print screen on a comment from one person that was asking about the higher spend ad accounts, and I told him that I'm going to do it in the next period in one of the podcasts. So most probably this ad account is going to scale to more than 100k for sure in the next months, and maybe it will go to 150k, we will see. But we have a gradual scale, which also makes sense in terms of the logistics of that, because you know, a lot of you that you don't have big businesses, you might think that scaling is an easy thing because Konstantinos is coming and he's scaling. But it's not only that. There are a lot of issues that are coming with stock, customer support, taxation, problems that you're going to have with logistics, And all of these are piling up. So sometimes credit cards which are not having the limit that you want in order to spend, and you need to do a new deal with the credit card and the bank. There are so many things that they are being involved when you're scaling a company, which most of the times are being solved with a lot of money. And a lot of times when you are having, for example, 150k spend, you need to have another stock which is coming and it's 400k. And when you are scaling, maybe the stock that you need to order is going to be 700k. So all of this is creating big gaps from time to time, and this is why you see companies sell some shares in order to take a lot of capital. And you might say, but they are profitable, why do they need the money? They need the money to expand. Without money you cannot expand, to logistics, to deals that you're going to have for shipping and everything. It's not that you are scaling as much as you want, it's you are scaling with a slowly steady pace that the company is also allowing you to scale to. Now, I have been to companies that they have investors and they let me scale super fast because they were not having any problems with money, with any available money, let's say, that they would need in order to cover all of my scalings. But there are cases that there are actually businesses that they told me, you went to 150k, please go back to 100k because we cannot maintain the logistics or the customer support or whatever, we're not ready yet. Based on that, I'm having a very slow, steady scaling with them as long as they can do it. Sometimes we have some issues with United Kingdom. This is the truth. This is why I'm not able to scale as much as I want, but still, it's not my business and I have to work with that, and of course they're making the best that they can. Don't forget that if you want to learn more about Facebook ads, you can check my book, my free course and my paid course and my website. And until we meet again, guys, be creative and be consistent.